And so when I was away from swimming, I felt as though I was still too different to be accepted. Society still didn't understand that disability was just another point of difference, and that it had a very negative impact on my overall well-being. I started to develop eating disorders and mental health issues. And when I reached the highlight and the pinnacle of my swimming career at the Athens Paralympic Games, it was also when I guess my body failed me and my eating disorder had become too profound, and I was forced into early retirement at the age of 21. And I was one of the members, or I was supposed to be a member of the relay team. I was supposed to medal in 3 events at that particular Paralympic Games, but I was the only member of the Australian swimming team who didn't make a final. Right. And that was excruciating for me to deal with physically, emotionally, mentally. And when I returned to Australia, it took me years to be able to articulate that and even verbalize that. Oh, there was so much shame for me personally. And then being able to work through that and then draw the parallels from my swimming career and realize that I had developed such a great level of resilience, such a great level of understanding and empathy towards other people, that these were skills and values that I needed to be able to transfer and work with in some other way. And I'm glad to say that that's sort of what I've been doing ever since.
Yeah, wow. Oh my God. And I love the fact that you speak about it like in a less than perfect way, because we love to just position that side which is worked out and which is all just neat and sanitized, and wow, yeah.
Exactly. And I think for elite athletes, especially at the Olympic or Paralympic level, to win the gold medal, is phenomenal. But there's so many others that have got so close, so close, who just miss out, and they all have a story. And I think that for a lot of the conversations I've had sort of throughout my swimming career and into retirement is wanting to hear some of those stories, to hear that, you put in just the same amount of training and the hard work and all the dedication, and to miss out by a few 100ths of a second. What does that do to a person? How do you recover from that? I think that is sometimes more relatable than continually winning, because I do believe that we learn so much more from our failures than we do from our successes.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Now, Jessica, I want to talk about family and motherhood. You're a mother of 3 young children, and you said that your motherhood journey inspired you to create a series of children's books about disability and acceptance. And, especially since the resources around these things as you were growing up were probably scarce, I imagine. Yes. So talk to us about the experience with motherhood so far. And what I mean by that is, like, your journey is so rich, Jessica. What are you passing on, and just even beyond that, what is the experience with motherhood like? And then also talk about creating the Just Jessica series, and sort of what is the power of storytelling that you're really hoping to unleash with something like this?
Motherhood has been an incredible journey. As you said, I have 3 children, an 8-year-old, 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they teach me so much every single day, and it's very, very humbling. But it was when I was pregnant with my daughter, who is now 8, that I realized there was such a lack of diversity in the children's books that I was seeing. Now, thankfully, so much has changed over the past sort of 8 to 10 years, because we do see so many beautiful books that talk about so many wonderful issues. But at the time, I simply wasn't seeing it. And as you touched on, I had been developing this platform of storytelling, mainly with corporates and community audiences. But I thought, how could I instill this same important message, but for a younger audience and for children? And so I went away and I thought, it would be so wonderful to create a children's series or a children's book that talks about my story, but in a fun way, in a light way, with that same messaging. And so Jessica Goes to School is the first book in the series, and it's literally about my first day at school. But again, something so relatable for all children, feeling, they're meeting new people, they're in a new environment, what does that actually feel like? And when you're the different one, how do you fit in? But then realizing that in fact, we're all different. And so we're all experiencing those same things. And then, that was the first book, and writing that itself was such an amazing journey. It took a long time.